And tell me, I heard this about government contracts. The government overpays for everything.
Yes or no?
See, this is the sauce right here. This is the real game, and we ain't gonna give it all to you for free. But this is the cheat code right here.
Yeah, couldn't eat.
Ooh, hey, say it again. Man, so tell me something, right? Because it's all about dropping game to the people. A lot of people, they looking at your situation, they saying, man, he doing this, he doing that, he rich in real life, he got the jury, he got the AP, he's traveling here, he's going here. How do they get to that level, right? What was it that transitioned you from where you were before to get to the level where you making 17 million in 5 years, now 25 million in the last 5 years?
One of the biggest things is I wanted so bad I couldn't sleep. I wanted so bad. It's like, I'm getting up at night, I'm married at the time. I got my laptop up 2 in the morning, waking up at 5 in the morning. I got to get the work in. But it's like breathing. Like I needed it so bad I couldn't breathe or eat. But it's because how bad I needed it.
Listen, I love that you said that because I say this all the time, right? People ask, well, why do I procrastinate or how do I get there? I say you got to have a burning desire. Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. He say the start of anything great got to be a burning desire. These people don't want it bad enough. The reason you procrastinate, the reason you're not doing what you know you should do is because you don't want it bad enough. And everybody I know who really has it, they want it bad. Me, I've been wanting to get rich since I was 12 years old. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's all I think about.
It's crazy because at first I never wanted to be rich, right? And I used to always be like, man, I just want to be paid. I always say, I just want to be able to pay my bills. My biggest thing was like, I just want to be able to pay my bills and live life smooth. I just want to be able to travel and not worry about rent, things like that. Things that the struggle I seen coming up that everybody had.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do I live? And I used to see, people 60, 70 years old worried about how they go to pay their rent, living check to check.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to figure out survival. But my hustle started from this, seeing something, I wanted something, and then being in a corner in the wall, so I got to figure it out because if not, I'm gonna sink.
Hey, back against the wall.
When you back against the wall, I remember this guy, my mentor. He was the, I got a lot of mentors. They don't know my mentors, but this old Asian guy, man. He used to say, I was like, man, I'm going through it, man. I don't know how I'm gonna figure it out. He said, yo, the broker you are, the more money you get. I'm like, what do you mean by that? I said, hey man, when you got nothing, you gonna figure it out. Your back is against the wall, and your brain gonna start twitching to other areas that you never thought about. But if you're comfortable, if you're living comfortable, your brain ain't gonna work like that.
Say it again, yep.
So I'm like, I'm backing against the wall. How I'm gonna do this? How I'm gonna get that done? I gotta figure it out. It's just me. And like, oh crap. And and ideas came.
Man, listen, see, everything you saying is everything that I see. I say it all the time, man. I purposely put my back against the wall. I buy shit before I'm really able to afford it. I go get that car, I'll go get that spot, I'll go get that jewelry, because when my back against the wall, it's something wrong with me. I don't work unless I got to, And so anytime I get comfortable, I start chilling. I'm not doing all the calls, I'm not doing all the videos. Yeah. So I like to put my back against the wall. That's the only thing that make me work.
Yeah, that's a fact. I remember my back was against the wall. One of my first restaurant, it was tough. This thing I didn't know it's called slow seasons. So every restaurant club have a slow season. Yeah. And that's usually that's around wintertime. Yeah. Right? Because people, they're saving up for Christmas and then after the New Year's. So after Halloween into spring break, it gets really slow. Yeah. So now I'm here at the restaurant and I don't know how I'm gonna pay my people. Until my money was tough, it was rough. And I went back to the bank. I'm scratching my head. I said, I need some money. Yeah. And I thought about when I first got some money, it was a government contract, and I got out of the government contract. I got a contract to get some money, and I pulled back, and I got caught up in a restaurant. So man, I'm itching my head. Man, I need some money. I go to my laptop, start going back online, and there was a contract that I think I deleted. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. When I looked at it, it was a $500,000 contract in 6 months. 6 months worth of work.
What was it for?
It was feeding kids and troubled teens in North California, Stockton, California.
So you just was able to go online, find out what. See, this is the sauce right here. This is the real game, and we ain't gonna give it all to you for free. But this is the cheat code right here.
Yeah.
And tell me, I heard this about government contracts. The government overpays for everything.
Yes and no. Yeah. So when they say the government overpays, it's really the market value. It's like if the government says, hey man, I need some microphones. I need somebody to put the bid in for a microphone. Yeah. Right? If it's 5 people putting a bid in, one person may be real high, one person may be real low.
Yeah.
They go with a lower person.
Oh, they
But
always go with the lowest.
yeah, on product, on certain items, it's called, you know, the lowest person. But sometimes they be like, hey, like a service job, we don't want just the lowest. It could be a security guard in front of the buildings.
Yeah.
They may say, I want to make sure they can do it properly. What have you done lately? And you know what's price. It's a various of things.
Okay.
But
So it doesn't just go based on the price, but
all the
quality
time.
of service too.
Not all the time. So when you do services, sometimes it's like, yo, the lowest guy gets it. But sometimes it's like, hey, I don't want you to mess this $5 million job up. So I got to make sure, what have you done in the past?
Yeah.
You know, so they want to see your past performance.
Is it a lot of people bidding for these contract jobs?
That's where I get into, so to overpay.
Yeah.
So if it's only one person bidding it, I'm gonna shoot the highest number.
Yeah.
When I got that contract for $500,000,
Yeah.
I was the only person who bid in that contract, so I got the top number.
Wow. See, man, that's some game right there. Like, you really doing something that people don't know about.
Yeah.
So you teach people how to do this, right? And you showed me your numbers. I seen your numbers. Not only do I see your lifestyle, I see your numbers. I see when you went viral from 17 million in 5 years. So you teach people now how to do the government contracts. Tell me this, right? Since you started teaching people to do the government contracts, you don't feel like, well, damn, I'm giving up the game. I might have more competition.
Man, it's too much money out here, man. I can't get it all. I can't. My brain won't work for it all. It's too much. When I'm showing people my competition in the food service business, they're paying $1 billion to different contractors in just food service, just the area I'm in.
Wow.
But then,
damn, $1 billion.
$1 billion, right? Over, you know, one company is making, you know, $300 million by itself.
Wow.
In the food service. You know, the crumbs, man, like, you know, I may be doing $6 million a year. That's crumbs.
Yeah.
Compared to what they're giving out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, cool. I'm like, I go hard with this and try to get myself to $35 million a year. But, you know, it's more headache too. But it's so much money out there I can teach people anyway.
Yeah, listen.
And I always tell people, man, all you gotta do is you gotta think about one area. It's a contract where, like, when you go to the airport.
Yeah.
You go to the airport, you ever see the guys who have the wheelchairs?
Yep.
That's a contract.
Oh, that's a contract.
That's a contract.
So that's not the airport.
No, nobody. You got to look into the business, right?
Yeah.
If you ran an airport,
Yeah.
would you want to hire everybody for every little thing?
Right. Okay.
You know what? I'm a contract the people out to clean the bathrooms. I'm a contract the people out to move the wheelchairs.
Yeah.
I'm not going to worry about all this liability.
Right,
I'm going to hire a company to do it. Because now, I got to worry about who's coming to work on time.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
So I'm going to sub it all. Everything is contracted out.
Wow.
There's so much money out
here.
here.
You dropping some game on me. I never really thought about it like that. And like you said, you went in to get that contract and nobody was there to bid. So obviously, just like me, most people don't know about government contracts.
Yeah.
They probably doing work right now that they could get more money if they tried to get a government contract for it.
If you think deep about it, what I just told you, my sales was low. So I need to figure out how to get more sales.
Yeah.
The government contract is like, well, I'm a buyer. I'm looking for service. I want to buy service of somebody. So now I secure a 6-month job for $500,000. So now my sales were secure for 6 months.
Yeah. Wow.
And then I'm like, man, now I need to get into 5-year contracts. Like, okay, so now everything I do, I try to do it 5 years at a time.
Man, this seemed like almost the best business. Go and tell me, how much time does it take, or it just all depends on the industry? How much time does this take to get into government contracts? Let's say I come to you, I get in your group. I'm trying to figure out how long is it going to take me to learn the information to get started? I
ain't gonna lie. Like if you want to double down with me, I could have you bid on a contract within a week. If you ever have a company that you're doing stuff, if you're a media guy, you're in music, whatever it is, they got contracts for everything. You know, even contracts for picking up mail and dropping it off at the city hall every day.
Wow.
You know, there's contracts and everything. But I could give somebody the game that get you your first contract within a week or two, right?
Wow. Okay.
But it's crazy because, like, I'm really about to change my prices on my courses because right now I'm doing $100 a month subscription. We meet once a week. That's $25 a week. I'm really giving it away for free right now.
Yeah, that's really free.
What I mean? It's free because my goal is to walk all my students to $1 million using their brain.
Yeah. Okay, man. I know that's going to be huge because I know it's a lot of people out here never heard of government contracts. You know, they got the people online that do these courses and that courses, but it's all like the same stuff. When it comes to government contracts, I really haven't heard too many people talk about that at all.
Man, they be scared. Man, people are scared what they don't know.
Yeah.
They're like, government contract? I can't do a contract. I was in the military. No, the government's only going to want this because the government only want a minority. The government's only going to want a woman owned. You got to, people, man, people are always doing things they don't know. They don't apply because they don't know.
Yeah.
Right? Like, whenever time I had somebody get a food truck, I want to give me a food truck. It was a food truck pandemic. Everybody wanted a food truck. So I was like, why you getting a food truck, man? You know what they tell me?
What?
Because I'm going to get one. It's cheaper to get my restaurant.
Yeah.
So I said, have you ever did the research on how much it cost you to have a restaurant? No.